Pocket Friday, guys.
It's Friday, brother.
We're in here. We're good. We're pumped. It's Friday. We've had a
Welcome to Crypto and Coffee, where we talk about crypto and drink about coffee.
precisely.
And today, I'm the Data Lord. This is our lovely Jaime, and we're gonna talk about what's happening. Yeah, and we got a nice little rumble pit going on today. We really do. We finally got some. I know we've been going over a lot of like spicy, cool, wholesome stuff. Well, not today. We're going over the BS again.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh
man,
no.
someone else is being spicy in this world. Might as well
Lord
join
help us. Lord help us. So yeah, we're going over some nonsense today. But before we get into the spice, we're gonna go over the markets, make sure people understand what the heck's going on today, and how you can think about your trades. Not financial advice, but we are looking to help you, at least have our perspectives to inform the things you do or don't do. Yeah.
Precisely.
So
And the more you talk about it, it becomes natural to you. So
real.
that's why I
That's
want to
real.
share. And good morning, into crypto. Welcome aboard, brother.
What's up? My bad. My bad. My bad. I didn't put roll call up, and I got to. So we do roll call. If you say good morning in the chat, at some point before we get into stories, we'll salute you. We'll say what's up. We'll give you a shout out because we love you. And I mean that, bottom of my heart. So
And we're pretty excited about your projects, Indo. So keep us posted on that also. I love hearing from you.
yeah, muy bien. So markets are overall down a little bit. The full market cap is down about 0.7%. But our trading volume is still actually looking pretty good. We're at 71 trillion for 24-hour trading volume. Not bad. So Bitcoin, in the last day, we saw it go down 1.2. I'm telling you, these bands we have listed out, people, it's gonna be ping ponging exactly on these bands. It's stupid how like magnetic these drawings are, but like I'm telling you, it's just like I don't even believe it myself half the time. I'm just like, I don't know, it's doing what I said it would.
I know it's creepy sometimes.
Yeah,
But
the
there
bots
we
are
are.
listening. Yeah. So Ethereum following suit with Bitcoin. This is a pattern we've seen consistently. Unless there's really, really big network news on Ethereum, it just copycats whatever Bitcoin's doing. And
Well, Shanghai is what's on the news for them. That next iteration, which is supposed to be, I think, the first week of March. Is that right, Brandon? Where Shanghai kicks in, and Shanghai is what's going to allow the unstaking of ETH. So it's going to allow the entry and exit of ETH. Some people see that as bearish. Other people see it as bullish.
Oh yeah, I get you. Basically, if people can destake their coins, on one thing that encourages people to stake Ethereum. On the other hand, it makes people who are staking maybe say, "All right, that was enough of that.
Correct.
We're gonna go scoop some Bitcoin when it's cheap."
Precisely. Yeah. And so people who trade are, let's say they'll stake for a certain amount of time. It is expensive though, so you need 32 ETH to be able to stake. So it's not dumb. Get in, get out. But that's you got to put your nuts on the line for staking to work. So in the case of Ethereum, ever since the last update, which was fall of last year, I think is when it kicked in, or in the fall, everybody who's been staking cannot take their tokens out. So what that means is it's almost like a forced valuation of the market because people are locked in. They can't pull out. So now with the unstaking option, now people can pull out. So the, Ethereum can take bigger shits or higher shits. But in the meantime, there's other, you know what I mean?
I just love how you worded it. That's all.
But in the meantime, others like LDO or Lido and Rocket Pool, they, because not everyone has 32 ETH to
their
stake.
Middleware.
Correct. They are allowing people who have less than 32 to pool their resources and stake. So that's where the bullish option is. So if you look at those two tokens, they've been running up to the Shanghai launch. So the big question is, sell the news, or is this bullish after the news? And we'll find out in the I think the first week. I'll get you the exact dates of when this is supposed to occur, but that's what we're gearing up towards.
Yeah, that's true. Yep, all true. And also in other news, I didn't do this, but do not eat 2 full heads of cabbage raw. Don't do it. Don't do that.
Well, cabbage is that will
Well,
tear you a new one.
Yeah, you'll be taking bigger shits or smaller shit. You don't know. It'll be just like Ethereum. Anyways, so BNB is starting to actually stabilize after the BUSD stuff, which is cool to see. USD coin, I actually think this has got a good chance at overtaking Tether in dominant stablecoin usage.
Oh, with that, yes.
Really, I think it just has better product, but I don't know why.
One, and they also have the backing of big money. They
really do, like BlackRock and whatnot. And I'm not pro BlackRock, but I'm also pro some of the things they invest in. So they just invest in things that are profitable. So just because they're in a moral group doesn't mean the things they invest in are related.
Yes. It's the same principle of, if you're a chimpanzee in this cage and an 800-pound gorilla walks into it, you better pay attention what that fucker is going to do. so BlackRock is that 800-pound gorilla in the global markets. So if they're getting into and launching spot Bitcoin trading, of course, it's for the qualified investors. Us plebs cannot gain access to it until we are qualified investors. Right. But you got to watch what this 800-pound gorilla is doing. And that's why we quote them a lot. Not because we're pro. No, you better watch. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Yeah, and if you're nice to the big gorilla, maybe he'll give you some of his bananas. Not his banana, some of his. Not bananas. The wrong banana. Yeah. I just want to be clear. XRP is also taking it easy right now. We're still waiting on news, and people just don't feel like there's any news that tips it positive or negative. That's why
it's coming.
2%.
It's coming. Like
it'll have a big day.
Yes, the judges are going to make the call pretty soon in the next couple of weeks against their case with the SEC, and there are bullish divergences occurring as we speak, similar to what Bitcoin had before this run up. So, I just look at the chart. I don't care what the if I trade the XRP, it's to trade it for the price action, not because I believe in the long term. But we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I would deliver Domino's pizza if I needed to pay bills. That doesn't mean I like Domino's pizza.
Precisely.
Yeah. So Polygon, I think people got a little too bullish on Polygon just because of some news things. We're just seeing a little retracement because
it's got to cool down.
The news pulled back a little bit. Nothing sketchy here. There's no FUD. It's just people rebalancing.
Correct.
And then, nothing else super exciting. So I want us to just look at this big perspective. Right now, we're just waiting for Bitcoin to really show its hand. Once Bitcoin shows its hand and Ethereum's whole network upgrade goes through, we'll have some big decisions for what the related coins are going to do or not do. So just chill out, relax, hang out with us, read some news, kick it with the squad.
And I do want to keep an eye on Bitcoin for a specific reason. I don't know if I could share. I don't know if you're going to shift to the news.
I'm going to I'll show mine real quick, and then we'll flip over to your details. But be patient, Jaime.
I'm nervous, Nelly. Come on, it's Friday.
Yeah. So this is my 1 day trade. These are the levels I'm looking at, right? So right here is the Luna event, and actually, because I love y'all, I'm just gonna freaking write that on here so I can quit saying it every time.
Yes, and I have it marked. Good call.
Here's the Luna poo poo. That's what I'm gonna call it. So after the Luna poo poo, we found a bottom down here and found a top, and we've been running in that channel. We haven't been able to break that first channel that we set there, right? It's just rocked within it. Very, very key levels. This one. Like we've proven it over and over again. It's either resistance or support. It's acting like support right now. It's acting like support right now. That doesn't mean it's gonna last much longer, but we're testing that. And so these little.
But you know what, Brandon? This is beautiful though, because those levels are viable floors or viable
Yeah,
bouncing points. So
they are.
if you're starting to look into buy zones, these are very safe buy zones to look at.
Yep,
So
and you
well
can see the
done.
flags on the right. It's like
Mhm,
we're certainly going to be testing 23
mhm.
like 300 or so.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I
and
see it.
I don't think we're going to hold it this time. I think we got rejected on this wick and this wick, and I don't think we're going to trust 25K another time. If we do, it's going to get rejected and it'll get spiked deeper. So
Mhm.
we'll see what happens with that. But really, I think we do touch 18, possibly down to 15 one more time before the rocket ship goes off, because, looking at the Bitcoin halving cycles that, Jaime shared, and
Mhm.
Jaime has a version of this than I have access to on
Yes.
mine. But, we have like these Bitcoin halving charts
Mhm.
where we followed this big old S curve, right? And
Yes.
I'm like showing this like crap. My bad, my bad, my bad.
No worries.
Love
It's a
me,
finicky
love
chart.
me. Yeah, so we've been rocking this high low, high low, high low. These are the bands we've run in, and it's called an S curve. And so, in the current, if you look really, really close at just where we're at in this bigger picture, we literally kissed the floor here.
Yes. Scraped it
And
actually.
it doesn't mean that we're done. We could still have one more leg down
Mhm.
to these types of levels, just to basically print a higher certainty that this is now a support
Confirmed
level and we're not going
floor.
to go down it again. Yeah, so that's what I'm personally thinking is going to happen.
I'm with you.
I'm really every single day looking for it. I think we're going to touch somewhere around 15, 16, somewhere in there.
Mhm.
And it won't last long. It'll be a flash freeze, is my opinion. And then
Yes.
boom, we're going to be back up and people are going to say, man, I wish I would have bought then. So if we go lower, scoop more bags, sell your car. I don't
Yes.
care. Like
My
that's not
greedy
financial
side
advice. Don't
wants
sell
it
your
to go
car,
lower.
but I might sell
Yeah.
my car.
Hey, not financial advice, guys. Do your own research. Don't go full
Yeah.
retard sometimes.
Well, yeah, we can't advise you do. I can't tell you not to. But so Jaime's charts are pretty solid.
Beautiful. All right. So this chart is the monthly chart. This is an extremely important chart for us today. Why? Because when we're closer than a month, so when we're on the weekly, when we're on the daily or the 12-hour, whatever chart you like to look at, we're trading the waves. The monthly is the actual entire ocean's movement, like the tide. So this is a very important level I'm watching. And this candle we're printing right now, where we're at currently, is the monthly candle. And if you notice, it fell below the 50 monthly moving average. That means it took 50 months to print this line where we're at today. And historically, it has never closed below the 50 monthly moving average. If you see, even on the previous bear market, we didn't even touch it. We curved just above it and went through it. We wicked below, meaning price action fell below, but it closed above. That's the fat part of the candle. That's the open and closes. But the wicks are where the price action went and then retreated or recovered. So if you notice, we have never gone below the 50 monthly moving average up until the Luna dump. Now, here's where we must pay attention. We have been below the 50 moving average up until last month, where it peaked its head above it, but still closed below it. This month, we really peaked above it, even went up as high as 25,260. But if you notice, we are retreating back. Here's what we need to watch. This candle will close by midnight Universal time on Tuesday, which is 7 o'clock Eastern. At 7:01 Eastern time Tuesday night, if we are below this 50 moving average, that's bearish, guys. That means that we may come down to test either the same levels, create a double bottom, where our previous close was around 16,500, or we may wick down to either the top of the 2017 run-up, open and close, which stands at 13,888, or there's quite a few levels. And here's where I have my buy levels, is precisely in those areas. But I will get confirmation of that on Tuesday night, 7:01 Eastern. That will tell us what the next months are going to look like. If we close above, that shows strength on behalf of Bitcoin. So get ready. And of course, we have Monday's stream. We'll give you an update on where we're at. And Tuesday will be the closing of that monthly candle. Now, let's move over to the weekly. The weekly is showing, same as we've been discussing for a while now, the 200 moving average. We tapped it twice, and now we are retreating down to wherever we're going to go. We're holding that support at this very moment, but like Brandon suspects, we may break it this time to now test the previous, either the Luna drop or wherever we end up at. Yes, I'll correct myself. I know the Luna drop is elsewhere, but the FTX drop is what I meant. And now let's zoom in even closer. Now we're on the 3-day. And the 3-day, remember that channel? We just closed below it. So that's confirmation of what Brandon just mentioned earlier. Okay, now where are we going to stop? I think the FTX breakdown is the next stop, to be honest with you. When that'll happen remains to be seen, but Tuesday will be the big one for me. Everything is here just shows me, hey, we're headed down to our next support level. The good news is, as price was rising, remember we have in this rising channel, the relative strength indicator has been going down. So it shows lack of strength, and you can see it's lower and lower. Finally, the drop is matching what Bitcoin is doing. So a good bounce point would be the 50 daily moving average, the FTX breakdown, or the 19,700 level, which is the 200 daily moving average. This level is an important one for traders because that's usually a good floor to bounce off of.
Yeah,
where
to
you
be
can
clear, traders, not trators. If you're a trader, there's a different floor you're going to bounce off of.
Precisely. So you're looking at the shorter terms of, okay, here's where I can do it. And they deal in probabilities. Nothing is sure in any trading. So you have to be comfortable in doing this and already in your mind have, okay, here's my exit points. Here's where I'll take profits. If you're not there, educate yourself. Get involved. There's Dom Fran, there's Gareth Soloway, there's Steve from Crypto Crew, and there's so many other really good traders out there that have courses where you can learn. So it's a good thing to learn and gain traction. Another one is Crypto Crown, who was in the traditional markets and now is heavy into crypto. So yes, that's where we're at. It's going to be an interesting weekend for us. And on Monday, we'll give you a full update in preparation for the monthly close. But it seems we are retracing, though.
Yep, we sure are. So make sure you don't forget to brush your teeth because you'll have cavities and you'll be broke.
Yes, if you're still long.
Yeah,
so let's go.
Don't do that now. Come on now. So I just want to say roll call's a little short today because people just aren't hanging out. So
yes, if you're watching after the live stream,
if you're hanging out, go ahead and give roll call real quick. Say what's up in the chat. Say good morning. We'll give you some love. Go ahead and like, subscribe, all that.
Yes, we will keep on going. Brandon and I don't do this, or the Data Lord and I don't do this for likes or stream. No, we've been through bear markets. We know it's always quiet in the bottoms or during these bloody times, but we're builders. So we love sharing our information and our knowledge and our mistakes with you. So
yeah, I want to make sure green beans don't get roasted. That's what I'm making sure it doesn't
precisely
happen. So Indo Crypto, we love you, homie.
Yes, sir.
We love you here. And yes, I might sell my car to buy back.
Damn.
Because in a few weeks after, I'd be able to buy a better car.
Precisely, double up on your car.
Yeah. So, anyways, so the news today. This first article comes from something actually Indo was asking about, and I don't have a sharp opinion on this just yet. I want to keep researching it, but I want us to, as a community, talk it over. So, Ethereum, huh? Coinbase, huh? What's that about? So check this out. Coinbase unveils Ethereum Layer 2 network called Base, following a cryptic tweet. So for real. So on February 22nd, the top U.S. crypto exchange, Coinbase, posted a cryptic tweet that garnered a lot of attention from the crypto community. The tweet, which had only an image of a small blue circle, was retweeted by crypto platforms, including the official Chainlink Twitter account. Crypto enthusiast and founder Gokhshtein Media, David Gokhshtein, I hope I pronounced your name right. If not, I'm still calling you that. Guessed that the teaser tweet might be about a token, right? And he's like, it's got to be a token, you know. And you check it out, it's literally just a blue bubble, and it just just throws a date. That's such a that totally reminds me of what Coinbase did on the Super Bowl last year. Remember they had that like QR code up.
Yes, and a lot of people. I remember.
Yeah,
I think their site took a hit because there were so many hitting it so fast. I missed
and
it.
You know, that's what you like to see.
Yeah.
The teaser tweet appears to be regarding Base, an Ethereum Layer 2 network powered by Optimism. In a blog post, Coinbase announced the testnet launch of Base. Today, we're excited to announce the testnet launch of Base, an Ethereum Layer 2 network offering a secure, low-cost, developer-friendly way for anyone, anywhere to build decentralized apps or dApps on-chain. So this is cool because Coinbase, who's very well known, even green beans typically get into crypto through Coinbase. They are doubling down on getting people into actually developing applications in the space, because there's a lot of people who maybe go to college, they take a few computer science classes or something, or maybe they just had a MySpace when they were a kid and they know HTML and whatnot, and they're like, hey, I bet I could make a web app and have some crypto back into it. Well, Coinbase is making that an easy thing for people to start approaching. So this is what we've been talking about, though. This space, if we go from visionaries, all you're going to see is that the cryptocurrency works. We have miners, we have a network that's functioning, we can send transactions, proof of concept done, right? And so, of course, it's in production. But beyond that, we saw early adopters. And early adopters, we started seeing Layer 2 and Layer 3. We started seeing people develop things like Ethereum and smart contracts and logic. Ethereum dumped the whole NFT idea of we can have a certificate of authenticity stored on a blockchain for any asset, and they experimented with using different blockchain Web3 ways of storing that data. So we have like your monkey JPEG or whatever stored on IPFS, which is like a Web3 file store, and then that's connected with an NFT certificate of authenticity saying this thing on the blockchain, this file here, is representatively owned by whoever owns this specific NFT, right? And that was a proof of concept. It's not particularly compelling. People are like, I don't really get it a lot of the time, but it's because the use case is just proving that it works. It's not really trying to be something that's deeply valuable. The reason it's valuable is its novelty. It's the first thing that did it, right? But as we're moving out of that early adopters, we're getting into early majority. And so I've said this multiple times on this channel, but whoever's chilling here right now in this crypto bear market, you are the last class of the early adopters. You're not a visionary. I missed that too.
We salute you.
I was watching it, but I wasn't in it, and I got in as an early adopter.
Same here.
But this is the last class of the early adopters. Truly, it is. 2016 to 2023. We salute you, right? After 2023, I'm telling you, we're in early majority because we have these application software developer kits abundantly available. You don't even have to be very good at code. On like platforms like Cosmos, for example, it's like Legos. You can plug together, whatever modules you need, and you can just have this robust blockchain program. So they're trying to make it really easy so kids can kind of build things like they can in Minecraft. It's almost like that with like blockchain, right? And so the fact that a big company like Coinbase is doing this just proves how much easier this is getting. Does that make sense? Like that's the impact and the purpose behind why I'm making a big deal about this concept. Like, more people who develop good applications in the space, the more people use the space, not because they're into blockchain, they're into decentralized. It's because the apps are just good. They don't care about the fact that it's decentralized. There's like, this program's dope and I use it. And that's what we want. Because, if we take this back to credit cards, right? Yeah, credit cards have database technologies under the hood. They might be using SQL, they might be using something else, but grandma doesn't need to know what SQL is. Grandma needs to know she can take the card the bank gave her. She can go to the grocery store and swipe the card, and her funds will get approved, and she'll be able to go to her car and go home with groceries. Yep. So, like, she doesn't need to know how that worked under the hood. That's for us nerds to know, right?
Correct. Yep.
And so blockchain has to reach that point for late majority to really pick up on it. It has to be so invisible that people don't trip on all the nerd crap. So, yeah,
that's
what's
true
up?
adoption.
What's up? What's up?
Good morning, Boss Don.
I salute you, homeboy. Yeah,
Gundy. Good morning, sir. Happy Friday.
What up? Good morning, Crypto Nation. Yo, I yoed back to you, homie.
That's the OG.
So we're gonna see some true adoption here. Is what I'm thinking is happening. Mm-hmm. And so if anybody else has any ideas about blockchain and things that should exist, gird up thine loins and get to work. There's a lot of resources. Our Discord specifically, I'm very available. If you got questions and you want to get into developing in this space, ask in there. I'll point you to the right resources. Make sure you have like an understanding of how I would approach doing what you're doing, and then just chop it up, get to work on me. And you can really make some opportunity at the space. People who make the most money in the bull markets, we're building in the bear markets. I promise.
100%. Yeah, I'm a witness to that. 100%.
Real. Like, people who get into mining, like dude, I can't tell you like how profitable it was for me to when nobody was getting into mining. I was able to buy these graphics cards for like $120 a pop, and in the bull market they were selling for like $500 a pop or more.
1,200.
Well, no, the specific ones I had.
Yes.
And so that's just the disparity. Like 5x on hardware alone. Plus, I was able to mine the whole time, take profits on the coins that was there. Like, I'm telling you, when we're in the bear markets, click up with these people. Guys like Gundy are really into mining too. If you're interested in GPU mining, hit up Gundy and his crew.
Yes.
They do that all day, every day. And if you're into like developing apps and whatnot, Jaime and I we're clicked up with people who are doing that too. So
yes,
please,
we're here to serve. All the OGs are.
If you're into NFTs and you want to make sure you're not going to get played, Indo Crypto, hit up my boy Indo Crypto, because he works for a company called Rug Pull Finder, and what they do is they hunt down scams and they give you high degrees of certainty whether something's legit or not. And so like, we have the people in the space. You don't got to get played. If you want to build something, let's go talk in the Discord. Let's get clicked up and let's build some stuff. Yeah.
And Boss Don is involved also with the NFTs. Eunice she's actually building her music career using it. And Wendolyn Gilliam, good morning.
Yeah, what's up, Just Bossy? How you doing?
All right.
And Gundy, for real though, rise and grind and the downtime benefits. That's real. The shade and some lemonade. Let's have a parade, right?
Precisely. So, and all of us in here right now are that group, are that team. So we salute you.
So we'll finish this article here. According to the company, Base will be Coinbase's native blockchain. That's super cool. The new home for its on-chain products, also cool, and an open ecosystem for millions of brand new decentralized applications. So basically, Coinbase is going first, and they're proving out how good it is and showing people that like you can use the same stack to do similar things. That's great. This makes it clear that Base was not a token, and that no additional network tokens will be created for Base. I'm glad to hear that. I'm so tired of people dropping tokens, man. Native gas token for the network will be instead ETH. Makes sense. it stated that Base would be powered by Coinbase and secured by Ethereum. A goal of Base, excuse me, was to make simple and safe to access layer 1 ecosystems of Solana, Ethereum layer 1, and other layer 2s. Following the announcement, on-chain data provider Nansen announced a partnership with Base to provide data analytics to both builders and users. That's great. That's I'm
a builder.
Happy to hear that, man. That's beautiful. I also love that this is happening like right as soon as like the Ethereum Denver BIDL is going on. There's a big old conference in Denver right now where a bunch of people are doing a hackathon, show and tell. A bunch of other Polygon similar blockchains are all showing up and networking and whatnot. So I'm probably gonna find a day in the next few weeks to go over there and get a little reporting done. I got a little reporter stick, so we're gonna talk to some people, right? So dope. Let's talk about the most embarrassing story of the year. Oh, Sam Bankman-Fried again. Not this guy. Not this guy again.
You just can't let it go.
I'm just gonna get a poster of him on my wall, and I can just throw darts at it every time.
But he's not quitting. You got to give it to the guy. He's a hustler.
I mean, he's something. Goodness. When will I stop being sick? The world may never know. So, Sam Bankman-Fried, accused of conspiring to make illegal political donations, hit with 4 new charges. Yes. So, the disgraced founder of bankrupt crypto exchange platform FTX is getting hit with a series of new charges related to allegedly making illegal political donations. Whamp, whamp, whamp.
He's trying to buy his way out for October. He's investing in October. Scam Spankman-Fried. That's right.
Yeah. If you've invested in enough pickle stocks like he has, you might be able to get what you want. What does he mean by that? I don't know. New court documents revealed the former FTX CEO, Sam Spankman-Fried, is now accused of conspiring to make over 300 illegal campaign donations and is getting slapped with new charges. Ooh, aggressive word, slapped. Authorities say that Bankman-Fried, or Spankman-Fried, as his peers know him, who already faced charges for allegedly defrauding customers and mishandling billions of dollars worth of funds, skirted campaign contribution limits by making straw donations. Oh, little loophole. Oh,
yes.
I'm not surprised by that. In total, between in or about the fall of 2021 and November 2022 election, Spankman-Fried, the defendant, and 2 FTX executives who served as straw donors, as part of his scheme, collectively made millions of dollars in Oh no, I have 2 mouses and I hit the other mouse. Dang it. Lo siento. By making straw donations. So in total, blah, blah, blah. Straw donors, as part of his scheme, collectively made millions of dollars in contributions, including in hard money. That's the only kind of money Spankman-Fried deals with, really.
That's right.
All his money is hard money, trust me. Contributions to federal candidates from both major political parties. So this isn't a bipartisan thing, and I do not want people to hear this as a bipartisan thing. And actually, pretty much everybody in this whole thing is independent. We're not like red team, blue team. We think with our brains and make decisions based on whatever is
100%.
best in our own eyes for our country and our families. So
whoever's been working for our families is who gets my vote in the election times.
And sometimes certain parties earn more than others. And
yes, locally also.
Yeah. Yeah. But the point here is that Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX were paying both red and blue to make sure that people could turn blind eyes to certain things they're doing or make sure legislation goes their way. And so, I don't like that. It feels a little slimy, doesn't it? Feels a little slimy.
Yeah, and even though he was donating, he was heavy on one side because that's where his entire community is there.
Yeah. Now Gundy's got a good point. It is a glorious FA Friday and a glorious DCA Friday. And if you're going to be DCAing today, and I think you should be, what does that mean? That means dollar cost average. Just whatever money you don't feel in your wallet, no big deal. Just throw that into some Bitcoin and hold it, because you don't worry about buying the highest highs. You don't worry about buying the lowest lows. You just buy it every Friday and you play the average, and you actually end up being far ahead, right? And yes, it is an effing awesome Friday. But what you shouldn't do is DCA into political campaigns and do so illegally. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But
$20 are $20 to these politicians.
That's right. That's right. Especially from Spankman-Fried.
Yeah.
So, according to the court filings, the political donations can be traced to Alameda Research, the trading branch of the FTX ecosystem. Bankman-Fried, or Spankman-Fried as his peers know him, is accused of illegally loaning billions of dollars worth of customer funds to Alameda. It's not good. Don't do that, buddy. The money used to make these political donations originated from Alameda's bank accounts and included funds that had been deposited by FTX customers. Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
So basically, they took money that was deposited by FTX customers and they made political donations with them.
Spankman. Scam Spankman. Why are you doing
Spankman Fried.
And you know what? Here's the terrible thing is by the politicians accepting it, they're putting their hands in the mud also, because it's coming from bad sources, from the very victims they're trying to protect or supposed to protect. So guys, fiduciary responsibility, do the right thing.
Yeah. Also, there's a difference between being a fiduciary and just being a fidouche. So let's be clear. Yeah. Notwithstanding his awareness of the campaign finance laws, in order to conceal the true source of the funds, the defendant agreed with others that funds for contributions would be transferred from Alameda's bank accounts, which also contained FTX customer funds. That's naughty. To bank accounts in the name of donors. That's not good. And then quickly transferred from those individuals' bank accounts to political campaigns. So you think with that many hops in like ACH accounts, that's not going to be seen? Don't play, homie. Homie, don't play. Like, ACH is straight up reported. I don't know why he thought that this would be like washed.
Well, think about it. No, think about it. If he is doing it and he's just sending it, it's kind of like back in the day when they were what's it called? Sprinkling wallets with Bitcoin, just so they could trace it. What's it? Dusting wallets. He may be dusting all these politicians. And then there'll be traces on the ones that kept it and never returned it. I mean, look at it from his perspective.
Oh, I see what you're saying. He's trying to get a fish hook in, so if they play wrong, he can.
Yeah, well,
he's got black.
Accepted it.
Yeah, he's got blackmail on him.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, some women pay for that, so,
Yeah.
So. What's up with the hyphenated name though? For real, like why not just go by Sam Fried or Sam Bankman? Why do you gotta hyphenate, bro?
They don't want to blend both names, dad and mom. Usually that's the case.
Yeah, I know, but he should pick his favorite parent and just go with it. yeah, dude. You get slimy when you play in the swamp. That's real.
It's inevitable.
And that's why we on this show we talk so much about being principled, right? You need to know what you stand for. You need to know why you stand for it, and you need to not move. Hold your ground, because that will make you valuable in the long run. If you take shortcuts and you let yourself take some ill-gotten gain, like it'll come back to bite you. It's not free. Don't think it's free.
Don't be selfish.
Your reputation will get found out and you'll get wrecked. So just don't do that. Stay principled, work hard, take care of your family, make good jokes about Sam Spankman-Fried, do all the good stuff. So FTX first filed for bankruptcy in November after its native asset collapsed. It was forced to halt customer deposits and withdrawals. Oh no. Bankman-Fried is currently out on bail for his initial charges and is awaiting trial, where he will get slapped on the wrist and sent off to La La Land to play video games. If convicted of his original charges, he could face over 100 years in prison. Man, I don't think that happens.
Nah.
The former billionaire also I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but not that often.
Yeah.
The former billionaire also faces civil lawsuits from federal agencies such as the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission and Commodities Future Trading Commission. However, those cases will be put on hold until Spankman-Fried's criminal trials finish. Well, the years start coming and they don't start coming. Back to the ground. No, I hit the ground running.
Yeah,
It didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. The words of the prophet.
Hell yeah.
Smash mouth, right?
Hell yeah. I respect that.
You know, like what's I don't think anything sticks to this guy. I think what probably happens is
he's doing everything, dude.
He's paid off the right people enough that maybe even the law comes down on him a certain way, and on the back end in private he just gets put in a better position than was ruled on.
Yeah. And he can start his courses on how to scam the system.
His mommy's in Hillary Clinton's circle, just to give you an idea of like just like the political advantages he has. And this isn't a, please hear this, this is not a bipartisan political statement. It's not. His mommy is friends with Hillary Clinton, like for real. They grew up in that context. So like clearly there's some people who are like, hey, if you were to maybe make some policies conveniently leaning in this direction, we might conveniently be looking at something else at the same time. Conveniently.
Yeah. Yeah, it's grifting. I mean, you got to see it for what it is. And in the end, we'll know. We'll find out how dirty is the swamp, and can it, as an American, that's what concerns me, is that let's not, as a society, start where the selfish succeed, but the community-minded lose. It should not be that way. America was founded differently, or with different direction. You know,
we have to stay meritocratic. Like you win or lose based on merit. It has to stay that way. And as soon as you win or lose, not based on merit, but based on like who you know, or based on preference, like, man, like that's rules for thee and not for me, and we can't be playing that way. Like, we have to be consistent. So anyways, I don't think we take down the beast. I think we make another parallel economy. People can live their lives peacefully, living life the way we've built, and then if people want to come over, they can. I don't see us taking out the swamp. I see us just making a house, or making suburbs next to the swamp where people don't have to be in the swamp, you know?
Yeah. Latin America, that's truly what happened. That's where black markets are born. That's where sub market, you know, it's a parallel market that occurs, or society also, where everyone's supporting each other, while the greedy, the selfish, and the thieves and the corrupt think they're getting above, and a lot of them succeed, but at what cost in the end, you know? So
yeah, I mean, you don't get to hang out with Jaime, so how much did you win, really, right? So Circle, not Circle Jerk, but Circle the company. Just to be clear, we were talking about SBF, and I want to be clear, this is a different conversation.
And Circle is USDC, by the way, everyone.
That's right. Yep, Circle, the little finance company, they own USDC. So let's read this. So Circle CEO believes SEC should not regulate stablecoins. I agree with that.
Yes.
The reason I agree with that is because they're literally pegged to the dollar. Like, you're not doing anything funny. Like, you should have to maybe pass an audit saying that they are backed truly, but that's about it.
Yes. And also, how is it that you're making money on something that's pegged to the very money you're using to make money? It's like, okay. So it fails at how we test.
Yeah. So Circle CEO, I don't think the SEC is the regulator for stablecoins. It's not. So in a recent interview with Bloomberg, Allaire, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, stated that according to him, the SEC is not the right agency to regulate stablecoins in the US. To make his case, the CEO cited the stance of governments around the world, including the US, which is payment stablecoins are a payment system and a banking regulatory activity. He essentially indicated that banking regulators such as the US Federal Reserve Board or the Office of Comptroller of the Currency, OCC, may be more appropriate for stablecoins. That sounds right to me. There are lots of flavors, as we like to say. Not all stablecoins are created equal, but clearly from a policy perspective, the uniform view around the world is that a payment system, prudential regulatory space. Oh, I said that's stupid. This is a payment system, prudential regulator space. Absolutely. There's no up and down of the price action. This is just a payment method. Like this is the same as you using Venmo or using like Cash App. Like this shouldn't be seen as you flipping, for profit, right? Like you
Right.
can't sell it low, buy it high with
Yeah.
any meaningful outcome. Like it's like 0.001 cent or something, Like, so anyways, SEC has been accused by many in the industry of overreaching its jurisdiction. You think?
Yes. Come on, bad
Dude,
boy, Uncle Gary. Come on, you're meeting with Scam Bankman Fried privately.
dude,
A lot of the
seriously,
moves you're making, he was trying to make. Come on.
everybody in the SEC, when they play Street Fighter, they always pick Delsum. Always. Because they love to overreach. They love that. Stretch Armstrong, like it's like
Shit.
that. Yeah. I mean, I'm more of a Ken Ryu kind of guy, but who knows? Yeah, I like to mix it up a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah.
And Jaime, he's more of a Blanca kind of guy. He just crouches and shocks people, and
I'm a sniper.
He gets played by low kicks, Gotcha. Also, everyone watching, if you like Street Fighter, say in the chat who's your favorite Street Fighter player. When you're picking a fighter, who's your fighter? Let me know.
That's right.
Yeah. So the security regulator recently issued a Wells notice to circle rival stablecoin from Paxos, which primarily issued the world's third largest stablecoin, Binance USD or BUSD, until a few days ago. The notice informed the firm about the SEC's intentions to initiate enforcement actions. That's so bad.
Yeah.
That's cue fart noises. That's so bad.
Yeah. And enforcement of what? There aren't rules yet. So they're just beating the shit out of these guys and taking all their money as quickly. This is highway robbery, what SEC is doing. Instead of trying to push for legislation, no. They're okay, let me rob this guy. There's no legislation. Let me beat the shit out of him, take his money, beat you up,
Dude,
take his money.
It's so rotten. It's so rotten. Like I have no category for this. And the other thing too is if you're trying to say like it's okay, we're from the government, we're here to help.
Yeah.
And which first off, that's what was it? Was it Reagan who said that was like the 8 scariest words in the dictionary?
Yeah.
But like literally that's what they're doing though. It's like, no, we're here to help you. Also, I'm gonna tie your hands behind your back, beat you to a pulp, and then leave you on the footstep of
and while they're doing this, they were telling and threatening. XRP is of course, fighting. A bunch of from the crypto industry are fighting in courts right now with the SEC, trying to defend themselves and let them know it is not a security. Is this doing their case? But get this, they're threatening them and trying to put a muzzle on them on what the evidence is. You cannot tell the public, like you cannot let others know what our arguments are. What kind of transparency is that? That's mob style. And Library was one of those that got muzzled, and XRP was one of those that got muzzled. So it's like, okay, where is that transparency? Where is the fiduciary reasons SEC is doing this besides just outright beating the shit out of it and taking their money method? I don't see any goodwill on their side, really.
No, and we're seeing this from a ton of government entities too. And I don't know. To me, it feels like there's people who really do take their oaths of office seriously. Like when they swear an oath, like it really is a civil duty. Like they see it as an honor to serve their country. They truly have a depth of patriotism and love for country. But there's other people, I think, who see it as like a good old boys club where they can get in good
Power.
and they can rule over other people. And like, I don't know. I really want to see accountability for that. And I don't want this to be ever a bipartisan thing. I know that there are crooked nails in
everywhere
in both sides of this building. So, I want it just to be corrected. I want people to be principled, and I want to see people hold people accountable for things they promise. Right.
Yep.
So that's the story here. I think this is going to keep evolving. I think we're going to see more and more about Circle bringing up Paxos as an example of like, why are you getting involved in things pegged to the dollar? This is you're acting like we're doing something sketchy here. There's nothing sketchy here. Like, as long as you can prove there's $1 for every coin you have in circulation, okay, sounds good, right? Like, why is that an issue? So I don't know. On other news involving banks, Germany's second largest bank is going to offer crypto custody services to institutions. Wow. Kind of sounds like institutional money is coming into this space. Like I've heard said once before on some show. What was the show? Was it DCTV? I think that was the show. I think that was DCTV. We talked about that. Yeah. So we're at that point though. This is happening regularly, and Crypto Potato's bombing the top of my screen. Why? So let's. All right. Let's read the news.
Let's go.
Traditional banks are rapidly expanding into the crypto space. DZ Bank, the second largest German bank by assets, is all set to offer digital asset custody services. Cool. The BaFin, I think that's bank finance. Is that correct, Jaime? BaFin is bank finance?
Yeah. Bank finance regulated.
It's not Bankman-Fried. Okay, making sure.
No, thank God.
So the BaFin regulated financial institution and custody provider has joined forces with Swiss firm Medico and orchestration platform Harmonize for its upcoming digital currencies to its institution client offerings. According to the official press release, Harmonize is designed to offer a versatile governance framework and has customizable risk compliance controls with full segregation of multiple business units and clients, guaranteeing isolation of policies, users, accounts, and assets. That's great. Look at that. They actually are making sure they're designing this with full segregation of multiple business units. So you want to make sure that the business units and clients stay separate. Guaranteeing isolation of policies.
Take note, scam Bankman-Fried. Take note, buddy.
Yeah. So sorry, the funds have purposes, and you can't just be like, well, they won't notice. I'll take some of mom and dad's mortgage money and I'll buy some new video games. They won't notice. You're like, no, they will notice. It's a problem, buddy. Like, yeah. So what's great is they're keeping policies, users, accounts, and assets completely separate. Very good architecture. That's great. Commenting on the development, D's Bank lead solution design and custody. I'm saying this all wrong because of D's Bank.
D's Banks.
I'm so wrong. So D's Bank's lead solution design, digital custody, Nils Christopete, I'm saying that wrong, I'm sure, said, in terms of security, scalability, future requirements of our digital asset custody invitation for institutional clients. I did not roll off the tongue.
No.
Starting with crypto securities, as per the German EWPG, Medico Harmonize has proven to be a powerful solution that is fit for purpose and can support our intended operating model. Okay. All he's saying is like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, we good.
All he's saying, it's good, it's good.
We good.
It's good. Yeah. Also, recently, as a team, we learned that if you give thumbs up to people in the Middle East, it doesn't mean what it means here. It doesn't mean good. Yes. It means middle finger to you. So let's be careful when we're dealing with our friends and family from Arab nations. Shout outs to the Arab nations. Christopher added the platform was selected by D's Bank through an extensive proof of concept and diligence process that it has proven to be a powerful solution for the lender. Okay, cool. For the uninitiated, D's Bank happens to be one of Germany's largest custodians with a lot of money, like almost 300 billion euros in assets under custody at 2022. Okay. Yeah, they're a big deal. This isn't the first time Medico has collaborated with a prominent German player. In fact, the digital asset provider partnered with Frankfurt headquarters DekaBank. That's an awesome name. Sounds like Deku Nut from like Zelda. DekaBank, to launch a blockchain-based tokenized platform last month. Okay, I see you. So basically, they're making a XRP kind of thing. for banks to be able to use this for lending, is what it sounds like. Citibank and Societe General are some of the other major financial institutions that have joined hands with Medico over the past year to provide institutional clients with access to digital asset offerings. So that's really great. They're allowing very wealthy people in Europe to basically have a part of their portfolio in crypto. Jaime, what's your take on this, since you're deep in like these topics?
So they're seeing the opportunities, just the same thing that occurred with BlackRock, Fidelity. Everyone knows this is a real industry and there's real interest into these assets. Bitcoin a commodity, the rest of it to be determined, with all these cases going on. But the banks see this. Now, keep in mind, though, they're doing what they've been doing financially ever since the Medici, way back in the day when banks began. They become middlemen from your gold and you. They're trying to come in the middle and charge you fees for securing it or keeping it safe, despite the fact that when you go into financial trouble, they fucking give your assets to the bank. You know, it's like, Jesus.
Thanks.
Exactly. So keep that in mind, that here come these boys and girls that love to charge you for the security of your own value, store of value. So yes, it's a good sign, but also be careful who you're inviting to dinner. And this is what we're seeing in this situation. So it's showing adoption, it's showing interest, but be careful, guys. So bring it to your own wallet. Don't keep them on exchanges. Store your own assets.
What trips me out is this. It's like you got a bunch of rich dudes just sitting out at, on overlooking the beach at Monaco or something, and there's like, so I got a plan, man. There's this crypto thing where if you have private keys, you own it. How about we sell that to people, but we hold their private keys?
Yes,
that's brilliant. Let's do it. And then they do it,
and they trust
people
us.
use it.
Yes, and that's, guys, and that's the education we're trying to give to the world. You don't need them. And they know this. That's why they keep pushing that it's a bad thing. And you see the central bank of the world saying fiat won, Bitcoin lost. You know, it's like, nah, man. It's actually, you're about, I love one of the tweets that occurred. They called him the final boss, Bitcoin's final boss. And it's huge, dude. I mean, the perfect final boss against Bitcoin. So yeah, it's got to go. Like, all you OGs and all you builders know we can hold our own store of value. We don't need a middle person to do this.
Dude, I don't even know how to look at this situation. Like, the fact that people clearly just misunderstand the basic value system of like Bitcoin and its inspired platforms. Like, no. You hold private keys and you own it. And if you don't hold private keys, you don't own it. So why? It's kind of like, hey, it's cool. I gave the bank my gun. So if I need it, I'll ask the bank for my gun. Like, that's not a good place to keep your gun. What do you do?
Right. Hey, Mr. Robber or Mr. Mugger. Wait, hold it. I got to go to the bank.
Let me go to the bank and go get my gun.
It's like, no, hell no.
It's literally that. I don't even understand here, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
All
right, guys.
What we're seeing. But yeah, so thank you for joining us on DTA Friday here on Crypto and Coffee, where we talk about crypto and drink about coffee. I hope your weekend's wonderful. We'll be back on Monday, kicking as usual. And if there's anything funny happening, we'll throw some YouTube shorts out of it. But please, Gundy, love you. Shout outs.
Take care.
Endo, love you. Shout outs.
Just Bossy.
Yeah. I see you. Boston, I see you.
We'll see you on Monday.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you later. And I'm going to make it awkward one last time. That's how I like to end the show.
And then I'll just jump off because I got a meeting going on. Love you guys. Have a great weekend.
We'll see you later. I'm talking into 2 microphones, and I hope you have a very good weekend. Bye.